Purchase the Millionaire Savings Plan available on Amazon.com and BrokeGeniuses.com. Learn how to break the paycheck to paycheck cycle, get out of debt, save more money, achieve your financial goals, and live a better life.
Hey, you guys, this is Courtney Camaro. I'm outside of Muhammad Ali's real original home. We're in Chicago, and I wanted to shout out Al's Botanics and Herbs. Man, when I tell you, I am one of those people that has insomnia. I can't sleep. I can't focus on some days because I'm so sleep deprived, and this has helped. This is one of the mixtures he has that helps with sleep.
What's going on? We're going to be talking about the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion saga or drama. I don't normally talk about celebrity gossip, but you know what? I thought, what the hell, just dig into the algorithm and then just basically break down both of these two in perspective from an animal hierarchy perspective, as well as kind of in according to BGS octane scales, where they lie in the octane scale. And why do these two couples kind of make sense and how do they go together? What similarities do these two individuals share? According to, if you've been following me for years, you've already know about my animal hierarchy videos. If you have not, probably not going to understand what I'm going to be talking about. But in any event, this is the perspective that I'm going to be breaking these two individuals down as far as what their animal characteristics are according to animal hierarchy. Typically, people are, it's, you can be actually a combination of different types of animals within one, but usually people are either like a hyena type or a dog pack type or wolf pack or a lioness. Most people, I would say, are lionesses are, or lions per se, is kind of rare. It's not that many people that are share the characteristics of a lion. The reason why is because lion, being a lion, if you just think about it, if you ever watch Nature Channel, being a lion is actually tough, especially for a male lion. The characteristics of a male lion is something that's very, very rare. It's something that a lot of people don't necessarily have the characteristics of a lion. Some do, but these two individuals, Megan the Stallion and Tory Lanez. I don't know what Megan the Stallion's real name is. I really don't follow um them. I do like. I will say that, okay. So her name is Megan Jovan Ruth Pete. That's her actual government name. But I will say that I do like, okay, Tory Lanez. I've never bought a Tory Lanez CD. Tory Lanez came on the radio in the past. I think he's had some hits just as well as Megan Thee Stallion. I'll have to say, as far as from the perspective of, do I like both of these individuals? As far as musically, um, when Tory Lanez music come on the radio, I won't turn the radio off. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, there might be a different type of scenario, primarily because I really am not into uh just her raps or whatever. It's just not really original. Just in case you didn't know, Megan Thee Stallion does not write her rap songs. She actually the only one of the very few individuals that female rappers that actually do write their own rap songs. Not all of them, but mostly is Nicki Minaj. Now Nicki Minaj I can kind of tolerate because she can kind of somewhat rap, okay, but Megan Thee Stallion is just kind of like it's packaged lines that she's just basically saying, very similar to Cardi B, okay, that somebody ghost write it and she's just rapping over it. Um, Tory Lanez is more of a he's like a sing rapper. He raps and he sings at the same time. Very similar to Drake and if you know the other kind of R&B singer, Bryson Tiller. They're very similar kind of styles where they kind of rap and they also sing at the same time. So anyway, all that aside, this is not about necessarily any court drama. It's not about as far as what actually happened to so much as these two. How did they rank as far as in an animal hierarchy? What type of person do they fit in with the animal kingdom? And that's pretty much it. Short and brief, get straight to the point here. Let me anyway, I'm gonna just go ahead and just pretty much you guys know what Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez looks like. Um, Basically, Megan Thee Stallion is a female lone wolf. First you would probably think, oh, she's a hyena. She, pretty much she kind of has very similar characteristics of a hyena, but she herself, I would say, is more of a dog type, female lone wolf type. The reason being why I say female lone wolf is that she does not fit particularly well within a pack structure. Okay, if you notice anything about how her past relationships have been, she's had bad experiences with her particular partners. She actually does have an active domestic violence case where she was found guilty of actually abusing her male her boyfriend basically in the past. She's very much a dominant alpha female that is a female lone wolf. Okay. Now I'm gonna get to Tory Lanez and who what his makeup is, but right now I'm talking about uh Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, let me put that here. So let's see here. So yeah, basically, as I said before, she's more of a female lone wolf. She does not work well in a pack dynamic. That's where a lot of why female lone wolves will escape from a pack or leave a pack. She is more of an alpha female, whereas she's very dominant. Okay, Like I said, she's had a domestic violence charge. She's known for getting aggressive with men. I mean, on a sociological or psychological level, she's probably, I would say, probably had some type of trauma as far as she's probably seen her mother get abused by men. Possibly, I wouldn't be surprised if she's either gotten abused by her father or stepfather or mother's boyfriend. She definitely, her and her, a lot of the women that listen to her have a lot of male hatred or uh noir, type of understandings and ideologies of men. You can find a lot of that on social media like Twitter and Facebook. A lot of the city girl followers they hate their boyfriend and their baby daddy because, let's just face it, most of them are not married, right? So yeah, she is, as far as her fuel scale and BGS Itmore's octane scale, she is a standard 87 octane. Some people will be like, "Oh, she's ratchet. She's an 85 octane." No, no. I'm not necessarily going to be biased. I'm gonna try as much as I can be to not be biased because I mean, let's just face it. I mean, I would have to say both of these people. I'm not really like damn. Tory Lanez. That's my nigga. Or Megan the Stallion. Oh, I fuck with Megan. It's not. It's neither. I'm very impartial to both because I'm not really. It really is not that much of a big deal. The only thing that I would say is that Tory Lanez music is digestible. Megan the Stallion, I'm not really into that. Okay. But like I say, her fuel type is 87 octane. She's just kind of like basic standard chick. She actually has a bachelor's degree because she was going to college I think before her rap career. I don't think she's a 89. She does not strike me as an 89, definitely not a 92, but her base grade will be 87 octane. Okay, if you know anything about BGS Itmore as an octane skills, you already follow me. If you don't, go to his page and look up octane skills so you can get caught up. And now, because she's a celebrity, she's a rapper. She's had cameos, appearance on TV as well as I think movies. She has 100 octane status. Okay, 100 octane status. You can be any. You have a base type of like octane scale, but once you reach a celebrity status, which is 100 octane. 100 octane pretty much means that you've ascended to a celebrity type of status, but your base grade still is whatever it was usually before you've reached that 100 octane type of celebrity status. So yeah, um that is Megan the Stallion basically in a nutshell. I will talk about as far as like why they have had issues, um, and as far as their relationship with one another, and a lot of it, some of it is obvious as far as size. But see, here's the thing. Now I'm talking about Tory Lanez. What is his animal hierarchy as far as things is concerned? Tory Lanez is an alpha dog. Okay, or he would be an alpha in the wolf pack. Now, some people think, okay, what are you talking about, dude? How is he an alpha and he's like 5'2" or some shit like that? He's very, very short. See, here's the thing, and I talk about, as far as male hierarchy, as well as far as alpha, beta, sigma, omega, and zeta. Um, your alpha traits have absolutely nothing to do with your size. I'll repeat that. Your alpha traits don't have anything necessarily to do with your size. Your alpha traits actually has more to do with your kind of inner spirit and your will. It that determines if you are alpha or not. A lot of times, you if you ever seen a chihuahua be very aggressive with other dogs, and it's really, I mean, obviously a chihuahua is small, basically a lot of times the spirit and the will of the actual toughness of the internal toughness determines as far as if you are a natural leader or not, right? In Tory Lane's case, if you pretty much know anything about the guy, he's got a reputation just like Megan Thee Stallion. Some people can call it the Napoleon complex, of obviously because he's very short, but nonetheless, all that aside, he definitely kind of like Napoleon. He is a leader in his own right. He is a force to be reckoned with his size. And let me also add, some people that are short, there's people that are short that are high level, boxers, golden glove boxers, high level martial artists. Basically, you got some short people that will fuck you up. And I'm talking about, like, you got people that are like 5 feet that can beat the hell out of somebody damn near 7 feet, if not, 6 feet or taller. And the reason why is because that person, on the other side of the spectrum, such as, people, short guys like Tory Lanez, they pack a whole bunch of, uh, you know, when I was growing up, it was something called the junkyard dog. People probably don't, they don't know anything. The younger, I would say millennials and zennials, that term is kind of faded. When in the 80s, the junkyard dog was something that was like kind of common lexicon. I mean, you had a wrestler by the name of Junkyard Dog, and then you actually had like football players that they were into being that tough guy, that tough guard dog that manages, that pretty much is fenced in into a junkyard. A lot of junkyards do not have no junkyard dog. Okay, that's people probably junkyards now probably have cameras, but the best way to describe that a short guy that's like really tough, right? Is that junkyard dog type. You could even say, I would have to say, even little Boosie. I don't know his government name, but he's kind of, he's got some bark. It's not necessarily, he's gonna whoop your ass. He's probably gonna get his people around him to do it, but he's definitely got people around him. He's got the certain level of spirit to be a leader, to make money and have enough money and wherewithal to have a team around him and have a consistent team around him. That is very much, those are all alpha traits. Okay. And like I said, once again, if you just think that a person that's short, you could just go ahead and haul and whoop their ass. I know quite a few people that are very short and are highly skilled fighters that will that will be the last time that you probably made that error as far as judging their height, because I know some guys that are very short and they're like 10th degree black belts and such, where they're highly skilled at a whole bunch of whoop ass, and they know how to, basically break down taller people as well as bigger people. So the thing is that, size is relative. I'm not saying size is not relative, but size alone is not necessarily relative, determining your alpha traits or not. But yeah, I would have to say Tory is pretty much an alpha dog. Size you know unwarranted. His base is very similar to Megan and Stallion. Some people will probably think, oh, these both of these people are just ratchet 85 octanes. Like I said, Megan now has a bachelor's degree, of course, and she was going to college before she even was, basically became a star rapper or whatever. Tory Lanez, he does not come off to me like an ignorant, just basically 100% buffoon or idiot. He seems as if he has some type of general uh, uh intellect about itself, and that's all it takes to be a 87 octane. 87 octane is basically standard grade. You know, he seems like a person that kind of understands common sense to a certain degree. He is very, very much crazy because some of the things that have basically that he's done has led him to his own detriment, and ultimately his demise in public life, because basically he is basically awaiting sentencing because he was found guilty on all charges in an incident with Megan Thee Stallion, where it was a gun that was fired, and allegedly he shot her, Megan Thee Stallion, with that gun. So, basically, I'm not saying the guy's a genius prodigy, but I don't think he's an 85 octane. I think he's pretty much a general 87 octane. And of course, his status is also 100 octane. But here's the thing with 100 octane. Tory Lanez is not necessarily um big time, like, Chris Brown or a Drake, right? He probably, he's probably done songs with them or whatever, but obviously Megan Thee Stallion is a bigger uh as far as like star than he is, right? Some will even say probably than he will ever be. And that, might have had something to do with their, relationship, because Tory being an alpha, leader of the pack, with Megan Thee Stallion being a female lone wolf, obviously these two were going to come at odds. And ultimately, that day where basically they were face down on the ground, and basically police guns drawn, where they ultimately had a shootout or a shooting, and the police was called. And that all of those situations where basically Tory Lanez was trying to get Megan Thee Stallion under heel or under control, ultimately led to uh, this situation where he's facing a prison sentence, a lengthy prison sentence, basically. So I'm gonna play this video here to give some type of context to what ultimately happened with that the end of that shootout. Okay. So this is
Recordings just
basically this is happened 2 years ago, 2020, and basically this is that incident.
artist Megan Thee Stallion during an argument. The DA's office says Lanes, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, shot Megan's feet during an argument in the Hollywood Hills July 12th. The 28-year-old rather was arrested last night or the night of the shooting, but was released after posting bail. He now faces 2 felony charges and is set to be arraigned Tuesday in LA. If convicted, he faces up to 23 years in prison.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, you can see she was hopping on one foot, kind of favoring one foot. Obviously, her other leg or other foot was injured. Um, the size difference of both of these individuals is let's see, what is Tory Lane's height? Let's just because I do know that they said that um his Megan Thee Stallion is 5'10". So yeah, so yeah, he's not he is relatively short. He's about 5'3", and of course Megan Thee Stallion is about 5'10", which the average height for a woman is about. I think the average. What is the average height of a feet of a woman? Let me see here. I think it's 5'7" in the United States. I think the average. Okay, so the average height of a woman in the United States is 5'4". Okay. Um, the average height of a man is 5'7". So yeah, Megan Thee Stallion is above the height, of the standard height of a woman. So she's 5'10", and Tory is 5'3", which is well below the standard height. Actually, their height difference is really the same, as far as it's just on the opposite end. Tory Lanez is 5'3", which is 4 inches shorter than the average height of a male in the United States, and Megan Thee Stallion is 4 inches taller than the average height of a woman in the United States. So that's very very interesting. Um, but like I said, it's more about behavior and character when it comes to why these two cross paths, and basically they didn't get along. I can even go into. I know Megan Thee Stallion is basically Aquarius. Okay, she's an Aquarius. Now it looks like, yeah, it looks like Tory might be either a Gemini or a Leo. She was born July 27. So let's see here. Let's just for all things considered. Yeah, he is a Leo. So you got Leo, which is a fire sign. With let me just verify that Megan is an Aquarius for a second. Let me see here. Yeah, yeah. So you got Megan the Stallion is an Aquarius, and basically Tory Lanez is a Leo. And one of the things about Leos that I do know, if you notice this even about Mike Tyson is definitely a Leo, right? Um, Leos don't like to be put on the spot or embarrassed. If you out in public and you embarrass a Leo, that's a good invitation to basically a physical confrontation. Leos very much have like a lot of fire signs, they have a short fuse. They don't necessarily have any type of, they don't take any type of like public embarrassment or anything like that. And definitely not Leos. Leos definitely do not, if the spotlight is on them, they don't want to have any type of being put in a bad spotlight. So that makes sense when basically them being out in public, him with this another woman that was with them, that they were both basically involved in some type of love triangle, having sex with each other, probably having threesomes. Okay, let's face it, this was 2020. You know, both of these women were in his little pack. So I mean, safe to say they probably were having threesomes, if not foursomes. And the thing is that Megan being the female lone wolf, not very very she could be periods where she could be submissive, but ultimately her nature is more of it being independent. So being told what to do and being lock set in it, she's not, she's just, that's just not her. And being kind of dominant with her in her own right, they came at odds. And ultimately those that situation came international news. And this is the synopsis of it. And basically a lot of times women, dog type women, as I've said in the animal hierarchy video, a lot of those types of women, they don't like for anyone to get around their man. They don't really like, even if they agree to some type of threesome, if they're gonna get jealous of the other woman. Okay, they do not. They're very territorial about the man that they're with, and any other woman, they do not take anything kindly about them sleeping with their man. And a lot of women are like that. Okay, typically women are like that. That's a common thing that women, as far as traits, women tend to be like dog pack type women. And whoever they with, it doesn't even matter if the person is a celebrity, 100 octane, which is rare, millionaire, multimillionaire, billionaire. They have the ideology that they want that guy all by themselves. Any other female comes near that guy, she's gonna attack that woman. That's typically how dog pack women are. That's a typical behavior for a woman to, be aggressive towards anybody coming near their man. In the case of humans or women, a lot of women they don't even care that men of a certain type of status, let's say anything above a high value man, which is $120,000 a year plus, right? Those men are less than 5% in, as far as this statistics, right? They don't care anything about that. They think that they're supposed to have a man all by themselves, and that man is supposed to be with them and only them, and that's it. Not basically exercise any options, like in the words of Kevin Samuels, such as get other women, because it's like, okay, basically I'm a rare guy. I have enough money to basically share the wealth, share the love, and they don't care anything about that. They want you by themselves. They want you in the mansion all by themselves, and behaviorally, it's kind of pros and cons to that. I mean, the pro is for women, they don't want any type of you know um issues with their offspring. They want to have, on a biological level, women kind of do that in a sense, as far as they want the man all by themselves and everything, because they want ample resources towards their offspring. They want ample protection at all time, with them and their offspring. And that's kind of one kind of advantage of why they want that. And then they don't want any adversaries as well. So when a man gets with another woman, have children, that's kind of biologically, on an animalistic level, those are adversaries towards that particular woman. um you know these are foes. That's why women that have other children, I mean, or no, the men that has other children, the woman looks at those children, she doesn't have any type of care or love for those children. Like, she'll take the guy back after she, he finds out that she's cheated, or he's cheated on her, and they has another family with another woman. She will, kind of set in to understand that, okay, well, I'm gonna keep my man, and this, he did step out on me, but I'm gonna try to keep things together. But she will not like those children that her man had on the side. She will look at those as adversaries. Okay, that's animalistic nature. Okay, it's very similar to a man that has no affection or care or love for other children that is not of his offspring. Now, in a sense where a woman steps out and actually gets pregnant, a lot of times in nature, let's just say in nature, that's a death sentence. That's a sentence for the basically those children to actually ultimately meet their demise. That's why this whole, if he can do it, I can do it too. That doesn't work as far as like, as far as nature. Men and women are different, because basically men are dominant. A lot of times, women do not understand how dominant men are until probably they get older, probably until their late 40s, or if not 50s. If you old enough to watch Alexis Tyler, any of her videos, she was popular at one time when she was basically talking about vagina power. And she was talking about how powerful the male sexual power is to a woman, how a man can actually break down a woman, as far as in terms of having her weak, and tapping into her, basically uh emotions, and just break her spirit down to where all she thinks about is that man. Well, men more or less can control that dominance, and they can, go have sex with a woman, and go back to their wife, and still have, care and affection for that wife. They might still, yeah, go back to the woman that they've had sex with. They might have even some type of affinity for, but the male typically is the dominant in that situation. Basically, what I'm saying is, when it comes to women cheating versus men, or stepping out of a relationship, women tend to get dominated by another man. The one of the reasons why she slept with that another man is that that man is someone that she has some type of sexual attraction for, and thus ultimately led to her having sex with that man. And the actual act of sex for a man, and unless he's just not really dominant as far as a male, let's just say another an alpha male, or let's even say sigma male, comes across a woman, he's going to sexually dominate her. Okay, and when it comes to that, it's not like a woman can control. Women don't necessarily. Very few women have control when it comes on the level of a man. When it comes to sexual domination, typically, naturally, women get dominated sexually. Even me, even women that are very very masculine, they're not masculine when they're butt naked in the bed. Uh, you know, typically that's where they become naturally feminine, if not any other instance, when they're actually at their weakest moment, which is in the act of intercourse. So I mean, when it comes to the whole, if he could cheat I could cheat too, that typically does not work out to where a woman can control a man, okay, as far as that sexual act. So she typically, what happens, a woman gets dominated sexually, she has an outside child that the man either does not know or does know, and they break up and act, basically. And that's a kind of like a, I would say, a PG friendly version of that. Usually, a lot of times, those situations turn into it could be very very violent on the opposite end of that. Because men take that differently as far as cheating as well, because men know as far as when it comes to things, that if a woman has stepped out, she has basically um got dominated by some other male. And that's, it just very much is a difference when it comes to that. So I say all of that to say that a lot of that was going on in this relationship with Megan and Tory. And the other woman involved were also said to be in an altercation with one another, and some has said that led to the shooting that was involved in that evening at that party, with Kylie Jenner's party that they left. Megan got into a argument and a fight with the other female. I don't know her name, but it was another female involved, and it became a violent struggle because Megan does not. She does not. Her being, her history, as far as even her kind of animal nature, she didn't listen to Tory. She wasn't listening to Tory as far as, you know calm down, set up, stop fighting, you know any of her requests, as far as him being a leader of the pack. She was not listening to any of that. And that's very very typical of women nowadays. I'll have to say as well. They do not listen to men. They're not, their mother typically did not listen to men, so they ultimately grow up to have those same type of behavior and characteristics. So that's very very commonplace nowadays with women, especially black women. So um, this is all I have when it comes to this situation. Hopefully, this is you can get something from this. I just, I just thought I'd put a spin on this. If this is, I guess, liked, by many, I will do more videos of breaking down um different people as far as their animal characteristics and stuff like that. So there you have it. And basically I'll leave you with a kind commercial. Come check out owlsherbs.com, where we have all of your herbal needs and different variety of products, from sea moss to black seed oil, and a different variety of products for different health issues, because your health is your wealth.